Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into another review. This time I'm bringing you the updated version of the Asus Rog Strix G15. In this review we will be talking about the actual specs of this laptop, build quality, thermals, and of course performance in each program and game, because that's what you want to see the most. So let's get started. Starting with the specs. What I have here is Ryzen 7 5800H with 16 GB of RAM, RTX 3060 which is 130 watts, 512 GB of SSD and 80 watt battery. In terms of build quality, laptop is made of plastic and top cover have a bit of a layer of aluminum. It feels really nice, and you also have these little stylish ROG logos on it as well. It is a typical polished plastic material which Asus is doing really well, and again you have these little ROG logos even on the right side of your keyboard deck. My only issue with this kind of a polished plastic is that after a couple of minutes, and in some parts even in a couple of seconds, you do have smudges all around your laptop, which is really annoying, and you will need some cleaning cloth with you to wipe it out. Everything else though feels really solid. Display hinges are big and sturdy, where Asus using their pushing up and down hinge mechanism. You have also nice ones on both sides and also at the back of the laptop. You can easily open your laptop with one hand without any problem, and there is also minimum display flex, which is really great for such a thin and light display cover. Keyboard is pretty nice, you have nice key travel and they are nicely soft and bit clicky. You don't have numpad. I prefer laptops with numpads in general, but in this laptop it doesn't feel that bad because of how nicely and compact the keyboard is. You have few dedicated buttons, which I picked just two of them because I was using them most of the time, and one of them is for switching power modes such as quiet mode, performance mode and turbo mode. And next to it you have your button for Armoury Crate application, where you can set all the other modes and other things, which we will get into that in a moment. I honestly really like the touchpad. It's big, it have bit of a acceleration when you are browsing the web, and what I like the most on it is when you are clicking everywhere on the touchpad, it immediately responds and recognizes your click, so it's really great. It's shifted more to your right side, which is good when you are playing your games. In terms of connection, we have same amount of ports as last year's model. On the left side we have two USB 3.2 Gen 1 connectors and audio combo jack. On the right side we don't have any ports, which is in my opinion a shame, and I would like to have at least one more port here. Backside of the laptop have another USB 3.2 Gen 1 connector, USB-C 3.2 Gen 2 connector, which is not display port, HDMI connector, and power connector. Battery life is really great. This laptop comes with 240 watt charger, which is significantly smaller than any of my previous gaming laptops. Small, compact and by my opinion not that heavy. Battery life goes from 4 to 4.5 hours, but when you are switching to dedicated graphics card, then I got almost 8.5 hours of watching Netflix, which is really amazing for a gaming laptop, even set it on a dedicated graphics card. But let's talk about the display. Display feels really nice with thin bezels and small chin. This version is IPS Full HD display with 144 Hz and 250 nits. And really, let's talk about it for a second. I was worried about these 250 nits, especially because my last reviewed Legion 5 had only 300 nits and it wasn't as bright for me as I would like. But this type of a panel, which Asus using, really surprised me. I didn't have that feel at all. It was a quite good experience and I didn't have a major issue even on a bright sun. I know that a lot of you won't be playing your games outside, but it's good to know that even 250 nits are relatively okay, but at this price range I would like to see a brighter display overall. The biggest downfall for me was the lack of the webcam. Again, some of you may like it because of privacy, some of you can tell it's good because we have thin bezels, and I understand you guys. At the end of the day, it's always about personal preferences, but I would like to see webcam in this model and especially at this price range. Under general use, the Strix G15 is pleasantly quiet and barely ramps up when watching videos, surfing the web or working away. In performance mode, you do hear this laptop, but you still can hear your games through speakers. But not so much in turbo mode. I think it's a bit louder than an average turbo or high performance modes in other laptops. You need to bump up your volume up a bit from previous performance modes, but it's nothing really terrible, and if you put your headphones up, you are good to go and you can dive into your video games without any interruption. And we are finally getting into main highlight of this laptop, which is RGB. And man oh man, this laptop is one hell of a RGB Luna Park. You have so many different modes to pick, such as static, breathing, color cycling, rainbow effect, effect connected to music and videos. You can pick different color combination as well as speed and vividness of the actual light. But for the demonstration, let me turn the lights off. In terms of benchmarks, I tested 3DMark TimeSpy, where we get amazing results for RTX 3060, and then I also tested Firestrike, where you can see these results. More complex and in-depth benchmarks will come in a few days with thermals and much more. In Cinebench R20 I tested all three modes. In silent mode we got 3835 points, where single core score was 378 points. In performance mode we got 4767 points, where single core score was 545 points. In turbo mode we got 4984 points, where single core score was 546 points. You can also check results from Crystal Diskmark. You can pause it and take a look at it. And now let's take a look at few games that I tested on performance turbo mode. More games and also in-depth tests will come in a few days, so stay tuned for that as well. And we are finally getting into the end of this review. So what are my thoughts on this laptop? Well, it is an amazing machine. You have a lot of power inside with a new Ryzen 7 processor, RTX 3060 graphic card, which can easily handle new games. Thermals are also amazing, and even in turbo mode you will feel just a nice little warm up under your hands, so thumbs up to Asus for their cooling in this particular laptop. This laptop costs me 1,529 euros. So if you are thinking about upgrading or you just want to buy this laptop, I can easily recommend it to you. Just keep in mind that if you have similar or better price for this laptop with bigger brightness, go and pick that instead of mine 250 nits. It's okay, but it can be better. So I hope I helped you guys, and definitely stay tuned for another videos. Next 2 videos or 3 videos will be about benchmarks and game tests, and then I will bring it to you my Legion 5 Pro with RTX 3070, which I already testing. Review and also direct comparison between 5 Pro with 3060 and 3070, as well as my base Legion 5 with 3060 are on its way. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe and hit that bell so you can stay in touch when I release another video. So guys, stay tuned, stay safe, and see you guys in the next video. Bye.